So what is Mehboobsons? How did it started?
So Mehboobsons was started by my father alongside his father. My father's name is Akhtar and my grandfather goes by the name Mehboob Hasan. The fineness of the fabric is defined by the counts. लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि count is the only criteria to decide the fabric, which is not. The higher the count, the finer the fabric will be.
Hi Sajid.
Hi.
Welcome to Thread Talk with AJ. After knowing you, we'll get to know about what Mehboobsons is, what do you do, and how did it brings like that? How did you bring the legacy forward from your ancestors? So what is Mehboobsons? How did it started?
So Mehboobsons was started by my father alongside his father. My father's name is Akhtar and my grandfather goes by the name Mehboob Hasan. So the store is on the business is on his name only, Mehboobsons, Mehboob Hasan. So that's how it started 48 years ago, and it started from a bespoke tailoring shop in Kamla Nagar, in the heart of North Delhi, and eventually here we are running a great business in bespoke and couture, as you know.
Your bachelor's was in business economics.
Yeah.
Why did you shift it to? What makes you bring that you should shift it to? You went to NEF
fashion
and then
industry.
You did masters in fashion. What brings you to fashion industry? What excited you to the fashion industry?
Well, I'll tell you, I have been a business and fashion enthusiast all my life. Coming from a family of business owners, so there was a certain interest in business as well as in fashion. So I'll tell you a thing, ऐसा नहीं है कि it was a different switch altogether. When I was in school, I had passion for interesting textures, for colors, for design elements, for silhouettes. I always used to look at it like that. तो वो चीज़ थी हमेशा से. When I was in school, after that I pursued for graduation. जब मैंने किया था, तो at that time I gave entrance for NEFT also for graduation, and I got selected in that as well.
I'm sure.
But again उस time थोड़ा सा young थे, you are not clear in your head क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना, and I was getting NEFT Bombay उस time.
Okay.
So even I was a little reluctant कि will I be able to manage everything. You're just 17, 18 when you do your 12th na.
You don't know what to do.
That was a big question mark was there. So eventually I did Delhi University say business economics, and again then eventually I had to join the family business. So why not join it with a skill now? So that's how I did my further education in NEFT.
As far as I know, your specialty is in bespoke tailoring. So what is the difference between bespoke tailoring, ready to wear, and that what we call customized tailoring?
Well, ready to wear is a different concept altogether. उसमें तो you're just getting a silhouette, an outfit off the rack, and you're wearing. अगर उसमें कुछ दिक्कत है, so you have to get it altered altogether ना. There is a very good comparison. There is a very nice differentiation between custom tailoring and bespoke, and many people don't know about it. Bespoke and custom tailoring are all together. It's the same thing, but done in a very different way.
Okay.
Yeah. In custom tailoring, what usually happens is in India and specifically in Delhi, most of the tailors are doing custom tailoring and they are saying it's bespoke.
Bespoke.
उन्हें खुद भी नहीं पता. So that is there.
Actually, I don't know either.
So I'll tell you. होता क्या है custom tailoring में when you are, for example, if you're coming to me or anyone whatsoever, basically they'll measure you, they'll make you wear a pattern, an already existing pattern. For example, if you are close about a 40 size, they'll measure your chest, your stomach. If you are near about a medium size or 40 size, they'll make you wear a 40 size का pattern. And उसमें amendments करेंगे and then eventually they'll give you a fit out of it.
This is what custom tailoring is.
That is what happens in custom tailoring. If we are making a bespoke suit for you, bespoke suit will take a lot of time as compared to custom suit. we have to draft the pattern from the beginning in a bespoke suit. For example, you came to me, I'll measure you. I will be using a plain paper. I'll draw a pattern altogether for you. I'll draw your measurements, then I'll cut the pattern, then I'll give you the first fitting, which will be according to your physique.
Okay.
And then I'll be making the amendments in that pattern, in that silhouette altogether.
Okay.
Ha.
So as far as I know, most of the people say that they are into bespoke tailoring, but they are not. Is it right or not?
Well, I cannot say about anyone, but
I'm not
there is
saying
a-
about like the everyone, but I'm saying about the most of the people. I guess as far as
usually
I'm,
yes, people are doing this.
I-
They are giving you custom tailoring and they say that it's a bespoke suit.
I do come from the textile background, but as far as I know, that people say to me even that they are into the bespoke tailoring. But as you cleared to me today कि कस्टम टेलरिंग और bespoke टेलरिंग के बीच ये डिफरेंस होता है, जनरली मुझे भी नहीं पता था. एंड दिस आर लाइक दिस मेक्स अ रियली बिग डिफरेंस बिटवीन मेरा हो सकता है मेरा साइज 40 हो और लोग मुझे बोल दे कि इट्स अ bespoke टेलरिंग सूट,
Yes.
बट उसके बाद भी मुझे वो फिट नहीं होता और मैं कमी निकाल दूँ फिटिंग में और मुझे लगता है मुझे ऐसा कोई टेलर डिज़ाइनर नहीं मिल रहा जो मेरे फिट के अकॉर्डिंग बना दे. बट जैसे आपने बताया कि bespoke टेलरिंग में आप लोग मेरे साइज के अकॉर्डिंग आप एक
This
पैटर्न
is
ड्रॉ
just
करोगे.
yeah, this is just the fundamental.
Yeah.
इसके बाद if we get into the details, custom tailoring suit we usually use micro rod fusings.
Okay.
In bespoke, the inside is going to be a horsehair canvas.
Okay, and
So
what
it
is that?
actually made from horsehair, and
Okay.
the best property of that canvas is that it eventually takes your body's shape. So if you are wearing a suit 3-4 times, a bespoke suit, and you hang it, so that shape will be there. Your physique ka shape will be there in the suit itself.
Okay.
Plus, the construction is very different. So we
I
use
get it now.
all hands. We use all hands in a bespoke suit. You have to bast the cloth inside. You have to bast the fusing. No fusing is used, so you have to bast the canvas inside, which is called takai. उसे takai करके आपको उसे stitch करना होता है. My grandfather, at his time, बनते ही यही थे in India, because there was nothing like micro rod fusing. ये सब होता ही नहीं था. And this skill has been running on since then in our family, even before then.
So when did Mehboobsons started?
Late 1970s.
So it's been almost 5 decades when you had
Yes.
started this. So now taking this legacy forward, what makes you differ from what your father has done, what your grandfather has done? Being Sajid, like I've heard the name Mehboobsons by Sajid. What makes you differ from them?
Well, I give the modernized approach to the brand. Basically, पहले it was a bespoke store altogether. We have been great. We excel in bespoke suits, but in couture, एक wow factor नहीं था. So I added that wow factor. Given the fact that I have taken my education from NIFT, I'm a fashion designer by profession. I know what today's trends are, what fashion is, what timeless fashion is, how you can amp up your look in a bespoke suit also.
I had seen your, I guess, Guldasta.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I loved it.
That
I
was the
genuinely
first
loved it.
collection that
Yeah,
I
I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I couldn't see anyone being so detailed in their like bespoke tailoring. I couldn't see anyone. Yeah, I loved it genuinely, and that could actually make a difference between a bespoke tailoring being a fashion design. That like being a customer. I'm not saying being a host here, but I'm saying being a customer. If I went to Mehboobsons, I could see that there's a difference between, like, you know, the Gaurav Gupta ji hai, you can see that wiring, which makes them differ. But I could see that there is something which could make you differ from other designers.
Yes,
But I
every
loved it.
designer
I
has a
actually loved
signature
it.
element, yeah.
So being grown up in Delhi, what makes you inspire being in Delhi, being your retention in Delhi, what makes you inspire? What you get inspired most of the times?
Well, being born and brought up in Delhi, I would say I have lived in the heart of Delhi. since I was born. I live in Chandni Chowk in the old Shahjahanabad wala era.
Okay.
So Mirza Ghalib's Haveli is like walking distance away from my house, and you see all the heritage, all the historical artifacts are there. Well, it's very, I would say it is very very inspiring living there.
So can I say that your outfits, your like silhouettes, tells a story, tells a poetry, like your collection Guldasta, which is like a really lovable name.
Actually,
Guldasta. It's a
what we उसके उसमें भी यही था basically. We took 6 flowers and the whole outfit was inspired by that flower. Kumud and Gulab and Sadabahar. These were the 3 that I remember very aptly because I did everything in them. And इनका जो shoot भी हुआ था, we did it in an old Haveli. Again, one of my friends ancestral Haveli, 150-year-old Haveli in Chandni Chowk in
Okay.
Chhatta Madan Gopal. So that's where we did the shoot, the whole shoot. It's here there on my Insta, you can see. And yes, you will always see a historical touch in my outfits. I'm always playing with the details.
So you are more inspired by the poetry side of the things. I haven't seen any designer who is more inspired by the poetry side of the things. I've had seen designers who are inspired by Delhi, but how they look Delhi is like, more clustered, more traffic area,
Chaotic, yeah.
chaotic, and people are running
the
from
newer
here.
version of Delhi.
The newer version of people
Yeah.
haven't seen, except you. I could not see any designer. I should not be saying this, but this is the fact that I cannot see any designers who has been more inspired by the poetic side of the things. So you
Well,
were,
there always a way how you look at the things. Like if there's a cup, if somebody would say it is half empty, somebody would say it's half full.
yeah.
Somebody would say this is not a cup, this is a thread talk with AJ ka cup. So
Yeah.
there is a different perspective altogether at what you look. And being a designer, that is your job. You have to bring the best out of something. Na?
So I can say that you are more inspired by the poetic side of the Delhi.
That was one phase of it, I would say, yes.
Okay.
I am now currently I'm going to make something which is more modernized and which is more Gen Z.
As far as I know, you are more into that hip hop culture, that anime fan, and then why didn't you bring that anime, that hip hop culture into your prints, into your
Well,
outfits?
I am planning to. I am going to launch a small capsule collection. I get inspired by anime. I have been an anime lover since childhood. I've watched all the series, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and all 90s kids can relate to that. And iske baad bhi I've watched loads. And I really love how they are playing with the layers, with the flowy, with the baggy kind of a look, and which is nowadays in trend. And they did that in 30 years back.
So what do you wanna call that? That outfits, that collection.
Well, as of now, I haven't decided the name. Usually, the name is the last thing. Sometimes it is the first thing that you decide, and naam aa jata hai altogether. The thing is, you just have a certain mindset in mind. I know I'm going to make some baggy outfits. There will be cargos involved. There will be parallels involved. There will be a lot of layering. But given the fact, we will keep in mind the temperature, the weather of the Delhi.
Okay.
Weather of Delhi plays a vital role.
Vital role. Correct. It makes sense. तो मैं एक anime fan हूँ, but when can we see that collection? Like, I'll be waiting for that collection for sure.
Hopefully in the end of May we are going to launch it. That is our
Okay.
target. It's a capsule collection, so it will have around 8 to 9 pieces, and it will be a limited time edition only.
So it would be formal as well as
it is going to be semi-casual.
semi-casual. So and
Casual, more towards casual, and little pieces will be semi-casual also.
where we can get it?
On our website, on our store.
So you have your website as well. Okay. So we can order anything from your website.
100% Mehboobsons.com.
Tell me about the legacy of Mehboobsons. Where did it started? और मैंने एक story सुनी है कि Mehboobsons, like your ancestor, have had saved some Britishers' life on a ship.
Yeah.
Tell me about that story. That would be
So-
really interesting.
Absolutely. My family comes from a lineage of artisans. My father used to do the same thing.
Okay,
My father was in the same profession that we are.
was
दोनों
must
are
been early 1930s or 40s.
Even before that.
Yeah, get
Okay,
it.
my great grandfather goes by the name Abdul Shakur. He used to put up in Calcutta at that time, and he used to work alongside Britishers. So we used to make silhouettes for them. We have even served the Nawabs, the royals of India, and that legacy has been followed in our families up till now. And coming back to the story, so there is a very interesting story. What happened was, there was this official. There was this British official. उन्हें गिफ्ट करना था किसी हाई लेवल ब्रिटिश पोस्ट पे कोई थे उनको इन लंदन. ही वांटेड टू गिफ्ट अ सूट टू हिम. So he gave them sizes and everything to my grandfather. It took around 30 days to make the suit. At that time, there were only bespoke suits. वो basting technique से बनते थे, and even the button holes and everything used to be done by hands. So it used to have a very nice precision. So what happened was, we got it delivered and he wore it. He was going somewhere in the ship. एंड शिप्स में बेसिकली क्या होता है ना, एक अपर पार्ट होता है, आई डोंट नो द नेम, बट उसमें बालकनी टाइप कुछ होता है, एंड नीचे इज़ द डेक पार्ट. उसमें अराउंड 1.5 फ्लोर का डिफरेंस होता है. ही वॉज ऑन द अपर दैट बालकनी वाला एरिया, एंड वेन यू एंकर द शिप इट गेट्स अ गुड जोल्ट. तो ऐसे एक शिप पूरा जोल्ट लगा, एंड ही फेल फ्रॉम द बालकनी अपेरेंटली, एंड बाय चांस वो सूट गॉट स्टक इन द रेलिंग ऑफ द बालकनी बाय द बटन, जस्ट वन बटन, एंड ही वॉज अराउंड 6 फुट प्लस हाइट.
Most of the Britishers are.
Around 100 kg weight होगा, and he was hanging there for good 20-25 seconds when everybody saw, all the soldiers came to his rescue. And when he got rescued, he looked at his silhouette and he was like he thought
It saved his life.
Everybody would be
Because
like,
of the silhouettes,
yes.
because of the stretching, because of the quality.
And the button was still intact. That is the interesting thing.
Yeah. So what makes you difference from other bespoke tailoring brands we have in Delhi, I would say?
So I told you, at that time, people from London, Savile Row specifically, they used to come to India to make suits. They guided us a lot, and at that time, my great grandfather worked alongside them. We discussed pattern, used to discuss the way how to make a suit, everything, and that skill set, the way they used to cut, everything is still with us. My great grandfather taught that to my grandfather. Then it passed on to my father, and then eventually I am the next in line.
So what is this Savile Row technique is all about?
Well, it is a kind of a skill set that is used to make a pattern. And the interesting thing is, from what I have seen, my father will not require, he will just need your measurement. He don't need to make a pattern altogether.
Okay.
The reason is, whenever you come, your measurement is going to be the same. Plus minus थोड़ा बहुत ही होता है in waist, in hip, length नहीं बढ़ती है after a certain time. जस्ट द रेगुलर जो बॉडी साइज है उसमें थोड़ा सा प्लस माइनस होता है. उसको चेंज करने के बाद व्हेन यू कट अ पैंट्स, लेट कम ऑन दैट पार्ट, थ्रू कैलकुलेशंस एंड बाय यूजिंग द स्केल्स, इट विल बी एग्जैक्टली द सेम व्हेन एवर वी कट इट. सो ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हमने एक बार बनाया और उसके बाद उसका पैटर्न बनाया, उसको प्रिजर्व किया, फिर वो पैटर्न निकाल रहे हैं जब आप आ रहे हैं. अगर हम, एंड वी हैव इवन ट्राइड दिस, कि एक बार एक क्लाइंट आए, आफ्टर 10 years ही केम अगेन, ही वॉज अ रेगुलर, वी टुक द 10 साल पुराना वाला पैटर्न एंड 10 साल बाद का उनका मेजरमेंट, इट वॉज द सेम, जस्ट हाफ इंच इन द वेस्ट वॉज द डिफरेंस.
Okay.
टमी बढ़ गया था, एंड वी क्रिएटेड द पैटर्न अगेन एंड इट वॉज एग्जैक्टली आइडेंटिकल.
So this is being followed by your great grandfather, your
Age-old
grandfather,
tradition,
your
yes.
father, and then by you. So
This
it's
is
a
a
great
very
thing.
calculative method how you do it, and
Yeah.
all the scales and squares are used in that.
So your great grandfather has been taught by the Britishers, and then you have got this in what we call Hindi in virasat,
Yes,
right?
in
Legacy.
legacy,
Legacy.
absolutely.
Like you told me that British officer could save his life because of your craftsmanship. ऐसा क्या हुआ था कि वो ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर की लाइफ बच गई उस सूट में ऐसा क्या था इट शुड नॉट बी जस्ट अबाउट बटन देयर शुड बी सम क्राफ्टमैनशिप इन योर सूट व्हाट वाज दैट
Well, as I told you, na, it took 30 days to make one single suit. In 30 days, we make around 60 suits now. We have a good setup. Uh, the thing is, my great grandfather had a very refined skill set, and he was very particular about anything that he's making. So when the suit was getting ready, the buttons that were sewn in the suit, उसका जो thread होता है उस पे भी treatment होती थी. The thread was, first of all, it used to come from England itself, and the thread was very, 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 we should say, it had very nice strength to it. And बीस वैक्स जो होता है उससे उसको वो किया जाता था, हनी वैक्स बेसिकली आज के टाइम में उसे कहते हैं. हनी वैक्स से वी यूज टू लेयर इट एंड उसको दो तीन टेक्निक से स्ट्रेंथन किया जाता था. एंड देयर वाज दिस specific ribbon inside the suit which was placed just in the front part so that it holds the button. Because if you put a button on the fabric and you put a lot of pressure, अगर वो tightly लगा हुआ है, the fabric will come out itself.
बट नॉट द बटन
Yes, but वो fabric फट जाएगा. तो उसके नीचे एक और ribbon kind of a thing which was also again an imported thing which used to be there in England. And वो वहाँ से import होता था और वो उसमें use होता था.
So do
We
you
still
use that?
Yes.
You still use that? This
And-
was my next question. That
Yes.
do you still use that?
Absolutely, we are still
Like
using,
really interesting story.
we're still using the finest fusings. Even a custom suit that we make have the finest fusing. It will have nicest bounce back, very lightweight on the shoulders. Whenever you're wearing a suit, सबसे बड़ा ये issue आता है. After 3-4 hours, you feel tired on the shoulder part. कि वो ना heavy सा feel होने लगता है and everybody is like कि यार थोड़ी देर उतार देता हूँ.
हाँ
हमारे सूट्स में वो दिक्कत नहीं आती.
मेरे साथ भी होता है.
So apparently, as I told you about the suit, in fact an interesting thing happened. जब उनके साथ ये हुआ, that British official came to Bombay itself, and he asked the guy who got the suit stitched for him कि बनवाया किससे था, and he told him about us. So my great grandfather was in Delhi at that time, and he alongside 6-7 artisans, they went to Bombay. A photographer was called from London, and with the suit, that official and the one who gifted it had a nice photo with the team Mehboobsons at that time, and we still preserve that photo.
That's really nice. That's really interesting. So being a designer, following up this legacy, you must be knowing about a lot about textiles. So what do you think? Which is the best textile? Which is the best fabric to use when you are making a silhouette? When people are selecting the fabric for themselves, is the best fabric to use? Which is the best textile to use? Is it linen? Is it more the finest quality of the cotton? How do we select the best fabric out of it?
Well, coming to the fabrics, India being a very diverse country, and I have a certain liking towards the silks, the silk, linens, khadi that has
More
produced
sustainable,
in
more
India.
natural.
Very natural, very comfortable, very breathable, and
As well
summers
as
के हिसाब से it is
sustainable.
the best thing.
Yeah.
You come from textile industry, you know how fine a cotton yarn can be.
Yeah.
So that is there. Coming towards the finer coming towards the finer touch of fabric, I would say wools, cashmeres, and vaikunas. So that is also there.
So how should we select the fabric, the color of the fabric? according to the occasion, according to the weather? How should we select the fabric?
Well, coming to the colors, this is a very nice topic. Color theory matters a lot. Like for example, if you're going for an interview, na, you should wear a very light, very soothing colors, which is soothing to the eye. Nothing very bold. If you see, some colors are already associated with that, like sky blue, whites. You'll see lawyers are always wearing whites. There is a reason.
Yeah.
White and black, yin yang. It shows such and jhoot, truth and lie, insaf, justice, injustice. It is a striking difference in white and black. So, which is why all the lawyers, judges, they're wearing whites and blacks. If you see most of the CAs, most of the corporates, they're wearing sky blue. Sky blue shows loyalty. Navy blue, it shows firmness, compassion, faith. एक वो वाली चीज आती है. Red, as you know, always
Anger
an
and
Indian
love.
Indian bride is always wearing red. It shows anger,
Love
as
and
well as
anger.
love. Two very striking, but it's
Yeah.
a bold color, so it shows very दोनों बिल्कुल different. So again, that is a very nice thing, and I'm always guiding my
Clients.
according to the color, depending upon the occasion.
Yeah, makes sense. There is a small rapid fire. What do you think? Linen or silk?
Linens.
Why?
Actually, why not both? Silk linen. There is a really nice blend, which is nowadays very popular. Silk linen blend. So that is doing good.
Okay.
And I personally like linens more. Yeah, I'm wearing linen shirt abhi as of now.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable, breathable, and best for summer.
Yeah. And then, as far as I know, silk is a synthetic fiber, but linen is natural.
No, both are natural fibers.
Both are? Okay.
Both are natural fibers.
And minimalism or maximalism?
Minimalism, but with a little details.
Please explain.
Like whenever I'm wearing something, you'll see I'm wearing very
That
subtle.
just chawal taka.
This is hemming, and this is a very nice hemming. This is actually French knots in
Yeah.
hemming, so which is all done by hand. So if you'll feel it, it's a 3D element is there when you touch it. That is
As far as I can see, that there's a knot at the first button only, but
Yeah,
not
the
at the
cross,
other
yes.
buttons, which actually brings the traction to it. Why not at every button? But then this makes another thing to in my mind कि एक पे तो मैंने नोटिस किया, सब पे होता तो मैं पूछता भी नहीं.
exactly, it would have created a uniform look.
Yeah.
So again, minimalism with a little detail. So
One BHH artist you would love to style for a red carpet.
well, I'm crazy mad about DHH. Desi hip hop, as you know how popular it is getting nowadays, and it's been a while. I cannot name one artist, I would say.
Okay. And then if you would have to say one, then
The OG, I would say Krishna.
Krishna.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite spot in Delhi to find your design inspiration?
Well, where I live, I would say in Chandni Chowk. See, center, Old Delhi it is very rich. You have monuments, you have havelis, you have loads of things to see here. One of my friend's house is there in Dariba. 4-5 movies have been shot there.
In Dariba.
Chabbis, yes.
So you live in
I live very near it. It's walking distance for 500, 600
so you get
meters.
most of your inspiration from the old Delhi side of it because of the heritage. So you get more inspired by the heritage side of the Delhi
Yes.
rather than the modern side of the Delhi.
When
which
you
we
want a
call-
modern touch, you have Connaught Place. You have these very nice streets at Lodi Road.
Lodi Road,
Yes.
yeah, that graffiti walls,
Graffiti
and then when you go
walls.
to Connaught Place, you get more inspired by the British touch of it.
Yeah, the
but you are
modern
more
colossal
inspired by the
touch.
heritage
Absolutely.
side of the India, I guess.
When I'm making couture, it is inspired from heritage. Usually, that's what I look at.
Yeah, this is what your collection says.
Absolutely.
So what all your collections are?
Well, we work on everything, coming from Shevani to a modern tux, and covering the Achkans also, and Indo-Westerns, Bandgalas, Jodhpuris. We are working on everything.
Everything. Yeah.
And plus I'm always creating something that I'm wearing. This is a waistcoat with a lapel with a
Yeah, it
peak
looks
lapel.
heritage. It gives me the sign of modernity as well as the heritage side of it.
Exactly. So that is
The
what
more
I
sheen, the more French, but still the traditional one.
heritage with a modern touch. Yes.
Yeah, this is what you, I guess, your USP
Exactly.
is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think? The more modern machineries or hand embroidery? That
Hand embroidery altogether.
why?
Always. Well, machine say everybody can work with a machine. When you have a hath ka skill, na, that is nayab, I would say. That is precious.
Modern machinery or hand embroidery?
Well, hand embroidery altogether.
Why?
I am a big fan of working with hands. There is a different skill set altogether. Like this hemming, there are modern equipments from which we can do it, and every taka is totally equal. Many people are using it. But I have a personal liking of hand embroidery. So you can see I have given a touch of French knots in this.
Yeah.
And मेरा मानना ये है hand skill, the skill that you learn
The
from hand,
craftsmanship.
that is nayab.
Yeah, that cannot be changed. That
Precious.
cannot be altered with the machines.
Absolutely.
Because as far as I know कि जो हाथ की कला है वो like people can add to it, but machine में जो आपने बोल दिया that is the only thing that you
Exactly.
can do. Tell me about the fabrics more, the textiles. How should we select? Like the way you tell about the, you know, the type of event we are going into, the type of what we call कि हम किस जगह पे जा रहे हैं. The color theory you have told us about me, which was really interesting, and now we would want to know the type of fabrics you deal with, the exclusivity you have. We would love to know about it.
Well, we have all kinds of silks, wools, linens, linen silks blends, or there is a very nice fabric now which is very sustainable also, bamboos. Bamboo suit is very much in trend nowadays. And there is always cheaper options. There are polyester and viscose blends, and it is also good for summers also. Linen blends are good. And going towards the formal side of the suits, there are pure wools, merino wools with a higher count and good micron range. So that is there.
How should we define fabrics? According to their thread count or according to their GSM?
Well, both plays a vital role. The fineness of the fabric is defined by the counts, but अब usually ये चीज़ होती है लोगों में कि लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि count is the only criteria to decide the fabric,
Yeah.
which is not. The higher the count, the finer the fabric will be, but given the other circumstances also, like for example the blend of the fabric. If it's a polyester blend wool, the percentage of wool plays a vital role. The percentage of wool plays a vital role. Like for example, if a 70% wool and 30% polyester का blend is there, and the count is 130, and there is some other fabric जिसमें wool का percentage is 30% and 70%.
It's polyester.
Yeah.
Even the thread count is high, the fabric will be less acceptable.
Fine, yes, less fine as
Yeah.
compared to the other one.
The other one.
And 100% wool is naturally more finer.
तो हमें फैब्रिक के बारे में सिर्फ काउंट, कंस्ट्रक्शन, उसके कंटामिनेशन, इन सब चीज़ों से हमें फैब्रिक डिसाइड करना चाहिए. कलर थ्योरी आपने बताई है, तो हमें सब चीज़ कंसिडर करनी चाहिए फैब्रिक लेने से पहले.
और भी चीज़ है माइक्रॉन्स. सम फैब्रिक्स पे द डिटेल इज ओनली अबाउट द माइक्रॉन्स. तो माइक्रॉन्स के साथ इट्स डिफरेंट.
Okay.
द लोअर द माइक्रॉन, द फाइनर द फैब्रिक इज.
So, if you would have been invited as a trainer or a guest faculty or a faculty in some fashion designing college, maybe NIFT, maybe Pearl, or any other institute, what would you suggest to the upcoming aspirants of fashion industry?
Here I am myself in a learning stage, but from my experience I would say कि don't blindly follow the glamour. fashion is more than glamour.
More
I
than
would say.
glamour. I think the
And you have to see the behind the scenes of the fashion industry as well. It takes a lot of consistency, patience, hard work, and you have to be very persistent about it.
okay. This is the only thing. So what do you think कि अभी जो new aspirants है most of the as far as I know कि 90% of the startups as a designer, as a brand, as a what we call maybe e-commerce brand or a retail showroom, wholesale brand, designer brand, anything, 90% of them gets fail. Why is it so?
Here, a lot of factors are there.
Could be.
Lack of skill set, maybe first reason. And I would say fashion is a very fast moving.
You're not updated with the
business,
brand, the styling, the new trends.
The term is used as fad. Fad is fast fashion. In 2 weeks, it's changing like this. ऐसे change होता है fashion. So again, this is a very big problem that people face. Like whenever you're making a collection or something, na, you have to stock fabrics.
Yeah.
You have to stock loads of fabrics.
Yeah.
The moment the culture, the design, the fashion changes, that stock is dead for you. If you cannot use it in an innovative way, we're dead. So that is one of the reasons you don't get the right trained artisans, you don't get the right skills. Numerous reasons are there. But again, if you know the skill, if you know the knowledge, that's what I did in my business. I could have entered after BBE, but I was like a
फैशन सीखना है, सिलुएट सीखने हैं, क्राफ्टमैनशिप
personal
चाहिए,
knowledge
भले ही
should be
आपके पास एक लेगेसी थी, सिखाने वाले बहुत लोग थे, पर फिर भी आपने उसको स्ट्रक्चर करना प्रेफर किया.
The point is legacy थी, लेकिन वो अभी new trends, new fashion, how people think, that
Yeah.
is the big thing. मुझे ये सोचना था, और actually यही सिखाते हैं. The best thing about
And then you have learned about business side of it as well,
actually in my
which
graduation,
actually adds to your business,
it
right?
helps a lot.
As far as I know, your wife is into nutrition and nutrition science and everything. Why did you ever thought about launching a athleisure brand?
Not really. My aesthetics are in Bespoke.
This what I guess the most of the designers should learn. कि if they have opportunity, they should not run after it. They should be more focused towards what they are more into, like what their aesthetics are. The way you said it, what their niche is. This is what I believe.
See, as you asked, na, for starters, for startups and for new age designers, I would say I follow this motto: learn the craft before you reach the spotlight. Rather than chasing the spotlight, learn the craft rather than chasing the spotlight.
Learn the craft before
rather than chasing the
spotlight.
Yes.
Rather than looking for the opportunities.
If you know the craft, if you know what you're making is good, eventually you will be famous. It will make its name out on its own. That is there.
No, makes sense. This is what I believe the most of startups gets failed because they get inspired of the glamour industry. They get more inspired because of the opportunities they're getting. They think that the opportunity we are getting, we should learn after the opportunity rather than what their niche are.
Absolutely.
Right? And you didn't follow the opportunities. You just followed your aesthetics,
I follow my heart.
You follow your heart.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And which makes your legacy a legacy, right? So did you ever think about teaching the students, the aspirants, about your craftsmanship, the way you are crafting the silhouettes?
Well, we have already been doing that.
Okay.
I tell you, my father and my family, whichever master comes to us, he works with us. We tell him the way we do it. We teach him if need be. And this happens a lot. Loads of competitors. The moment my master says, okay, whenever they are planning to switch, they go somewhere else and they tell them, okay, I am a master from Mehboobsons and I have worked with them for 3-4 years. Yeah, itna expertise hai. They are hired in an instant. So this is also very difficult to maintain for us.
Yes.
ये बहुत होता है कि our competitors are always looking कि 4 masters that used to work with us are working in my direct competitors' firms now.
मैंने एक बात सुनी थी कि कोई क्राफ्टमैनशिप है जिसके पूरे इंडिया में 200-250 कारीगर है, शायद उतने भी नहीं है, जिसमें से लाइक हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ कारीगर्स आर वर्किंग विथ यू. व्हाट इज इट ऑल अबाउट? लाइक कैसे कारीगर है, कौन कारीगर है, और उनमें क्या डिफरेंस है? क्योंकि फैशन इंडस्ट्री ऑलमोस्ट 4.5 करोड़ लोगों नहीं 4.5 नहीं 45 करोड़ लोगों को
केटर कर रही है.
केटर कर रही है, और वो 200 कारीगर क्या उनको अलग बनाता है, और उसमें से हाईएस्ट नंबर आपके पास है. क्या ऐसा है उन 200 कारीगर में?
I'll tell you, the पहले स्टार्टिंग में the number was even more less. There were around 10-15 कारीगर्स in 1940s, as much as I remember. So they are also generational artisans only. उनके पापा भी कारीगर थे, उनके फादर भी कारीगर थे, and they have been passed on as I have. Some of them are working with us. उनके बच्चे भी अब आज सेम चीज़ कर रहे हैं, and they know they have learned it and they have got it in their lineage itself. They originally belong from Bihar and Bengal. एंड वो जो सर्टेन कारीगर्स हैं उनका स्किल सेट ऐसा है, द प्रेसिशन, द कंट्रोल एंड द टाइम दैट दे टेक इज़ वेरी लेस एंड द प्रोडक्ट इज़ वेरी प्रीमियम.
So do they work on machines or all handcraft?
Both.
So they learned they have
Absolutely.
been legalized by their craftsmanship from their ancestors. This is what I should say. And most of them are associated with you. Either they are with you or they have been learned by you.
Yes.
This I should say. So this is what makes Mehboobsons different from others. This is what makes your legacy generation by generation, like making it,
Absolutely.
taking it forward from legacy to legacy. Yeah, this is very nice to know from you. I've had heard an article about the Mehboobsons कि इंडिया में 200 कारीगर ऐसे हैं कि जिनको कोई क्राफ्टमैनशिप आती है. आई डोंट रिमेंबर द नेम ऑफ द क्राफ्टमैनशिप, बट उसमें से ऑलमोस्ट 20 कारीगर्स, लाइक 10% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन वर्क्स फॉर Mehboobsons ओनली. देयर मस्ट बी लाइक थाउजेंड्स ऑफ डिज़ाइनर्स इन इंडिया, बट उसका 10% ऑलरेडी सिर्फ Mehboobsons के पास है, जो और किसी के पास नहीं है. और जिसको वो सीखना है, इवन उस आर्टिकल में ऐसा कुछ लिखा था, आई डोंट नो, ये मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कि इसमें कितना सही है कितना गलत, कि एट द एंड कि वो जो क्राफ्टमैनशिप था वो आपके ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर ने ही लोगों को सिखाया था.
Yes, that is there, and I would say let's not disclose the business secrets.
Yeah, but this is like really interesting. और इसके बाद मुझे ऐसा लगा कि this is something
that
which
people should know about.
Yeah, we should know about. Like इंडिया में 200 कारीगर है और उसके 20 कारीगर सिर्फ Mehboobsons के पास है, और बाकी जो 180 भी है वो
Scattered
indirectly
all over India, and not just in India. Some of them are working in Dubai, some of them are working in Russia, and again we have worked on international level. So that is also the thing. We have worked with my counterparts, bespoke stitching firms in Moscow, in Russia, and some are there in Dubai also. And most of my karigars are ऐसे ही है. They are still in touch with my father. They are still in touch with me. Some are working in Canada as well. And we have also, so this happens a lot. Okay, in Canada here, we are doing bespoke. We are giving them bespoke services there also. Even I have a very good international clientele. There are some clients who are living in UK, US. They come once, twice a year. Or maybe we have their measurements and everything. They just select the fabrics. They just tell us their requirements on video call, on WhatsApp.
you send them the garments,
Yes, we make
silhouettes.
it all together and it's done.
And लोग Mehboobsons पे ज़्यादा किस चीज़ के लिए आते हैं, like the western or for the ethnic?
People trust us with everything. Like I would say, if you want to go to meet your soon to be wife on a brunch, so I have a client, they came to me and they were like, yeah, mera bhatija hai and he wants to go on a brunch, he's going to see the girl, so please amp up his look. So I helped him that. I gave him a very nice pair of very subtle and elegant detailed shirt with the pants with a layer, and then he went for that. If be it your first interview, many IAS officers are our clients. When they were in their interview phase, there is also a saying, when my grandfather used to sit there, so एक ये थी कि मास्टर जी से अगर मेजरमेंट करा के you get a suit मेरे दादा के लिए, so you are going to crack the interview in IAS.
Okay.
हाँ, so that was used to be there.
So this is what I believe कि people should trust on your that your design, your like you won't fool them, like you wanna sell your products, but you would want to make them look good.
Absolutely.
According to the
my
event.
My ideation would be, I would help you to keep your best foot forward.
Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. So, जो Mehboobsons है, does they only deal with the men's wear or they also deal with the women's wear?
Well, we do women's wear informal. Like if it's a corporate suit, we do it parallels, skirts, shirt. We do women's wear altogether informal. Everything, we cover everything. And if we come towards the ethnic side, I do it only on requests.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we see your silhouettes on your website, your page?
As of now, I have only done personalized styling and personalized designing for that. But yes, eventually we will. I mean,
so
why
we
not?
can
Yeah.
in the future we can see the Mehboobsons by Sajid in women's wear as
There
well.
is a possibility that I might launch a range specific, very specific. Again, I don't believe in quantity. So
you believe in quality
yes,
side of it.
I don't want to make 50 silhouettes altogether.
You would
I would
want to
rather make 20, 15, and they will be detailed and very crisp.
I have gone through your page on Instagram. There were many celebrities who have been wearing your silhouettes and who have reposted your silhouettes, tagging you that we have got the best silhouettes, we have got the best fitting, we have got the best designer, the personal styling by Mehboobsons by Sajid. So how did you get those clients on board?
See, I would say my fashion education helped me a lot.
Okay.
Some of my batchmates, they were studying with me. They graduated and then they joined fashion industry. Most, मतलब 2-3 friends of mine are stylists.
Okay.
And I'm always looking forward to help stylists, even the new debutant stylists. If a stylist contacts my team, okay, they want something customized, they want to experiment, they want to create something different, something new for a specific star, for a influencer, I'm always up for that. I'm always up for it. I mean, why not?
तो साजिद का ऐसा क्या अलग स्टाइल है कि जो लाइक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, जैसे गौरव गुप्ता जी का एक डिज़ाइन है वायरिंग, व्हाट वी कॉल
Metallic.
we can spot Sabyasachi brings a heritage on the silhouettes. So how can we make Sajid different? Like how can we spot Sajid? Like this is the design which is styled by the Sajid. Is there any style? Like if he's like I can actually spot that this is a Sajid style because I know you personally.
Yes.
But like how would the audience, like how would the people know that this is the style by the Sajid? What makes you different from the other?
Sir, coming to my signature element, I am still exploring. What I have done as of now, as I told you in Guldasta, I contemplated with the nature. I looked at nature. I saw the flowers. I am always working on the details. So I took out the intricacy of a flower and I presented it in a silhouette. So basically a garment, a silhouette, an ensemble is the sketch for a designer, I would say. And you have to paint it as you may. So again, every artist have a different stroke, have a different mindset to paint it. And that is what mine is. It's not negative. It's not something demoting. It's always positive. And it is something which makes the other person feel nice, feel confident, feel passionate about it.
So I can say that what makes Sajid different is he works with the personality of his client.
Absolutely.
Not he has the outfit and the client has to select from those outfits, but he would rather go with the personality of that
For
person.
example, is if Akshay is coming to me, and if I have a collection of XYZ silhouettes, and if nothing suits you, then I'll scratch everything off, and I will be making an outfit from a scratch for you. Again, इसमें भी ना एक bespoke का level आता है. Custom fit में you are putting a person in a pattern.
Yeah.
In bespoke, we are drafting a pattern altogether for you. So in my design language, I'm doing the same thing. I will be drafting a design altogether personalized for Akshay, which suits his personality, which suits his aura, which will basically amp up your confidence.
Yeah, makes sense. Completely makes sense. This is what Sajid, Mehboobsons by Sajid, makes differ from the other designers, right? Like I've had visited your store. I still remember that I was looking at the silhouettes. I was going through the silhouettes, passing by your silhouettes. I was saying, like I've selected 4 of your silhouettes, and I've said that these silhouettes are really nice, and you suggested me not to wear any of these because this won't go with your personality.
Absolutely.
And you have suggested me that Akshay, let me take your pattern, let me take your sizes, and then you didn't even ask your master to take the sizes. This is what I remember, that you took the sizes by yourself, and you said to me, Akshay, give me 1 day, I'll make a silhouette for you. And then you made it, and I was like, yeah, this.
I showed you the raw sketches.
Then I still remember that I went to a show and people were asking me, where did you get it stitched from? Where did you get your design from? Is it like people were asking me, is it Manish Malhotra? Is it what designer is it? And I've told them this is Mehboobsons. And then I remember Mehboobsons. My father used to bring like whenever they would want to buy a expensive silhouette, they'll go to Mehboobsons. There was only one option. As far as you are the only third generational designer, I guess, the bespoke tailor.
In terms of bespoke, yes, I would say we are the.
Yeah.
I am the 4th generation.
Yes.
My great grandfather, then his son, then his son.
The craftsmanship,
father,
you know,
me. Yes.
I don't see anyone else. So you have gained the knowledge about the business side of it. You have gained the knowledge about fashion side of it, and then you know the craftsmanship because of your legacy. So I can say that the amalgamation of everything makes you the best, one of the best designer we could see in this generation, and we would love people to visit your store and get your silhouettes done, and then get the tailored fit silhouettes.
100%. In fact, when we are working, our target is not to make very expensive, because I want the common man to experience a good suit from us.
Yeah.
Till they can.
Thank you, Sajid ji, for coming to our podcast. Now we know more about Mehboobsons and what does Sajid do in Mehboobsons. What is, what makes you differ from the other designers. We know about that story of that button who saves a Britisher's life. It's really interesting story. I don't see कि मुझे ऐसा जब मुझे पता चला कि एक ऐसा कोई Mehboobsons ने एक कोई सिलुएट बनाया था जिसकी वजह से किसी की जान बच गई, तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि हाउ कैन इट बी पॉसिबल. बट नाउ व्हेन यू टोल्ड मी अबाउट दिस स्टोरी, व्हेन यू टोल्ड अस अबाउट दिस स्टोरी, इट मेक्स एक्चुअली सेंस कि एक बटन किसी की लाइफ बचा सकता है. एक बटन इतना स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए कि वो किसी की लाइफ बचा सके. दिस व्हाट आई बिलीव, एंड नाउ आई कैन नॉट सी दिस इन एनी सिलुएट नाउ. लाइक so now we know more about Mehboobsons and more about Sajid, and what makes Sajid differ from Mehboobsons itself, and what Sajid is bringing on the table for the next generation. Thank you so much for coming to our channel. It's really interesting to know you, to know more about Sajid, and we'll love to more about you in the future as well. So this was Sajid from Mehboobsons, and the 4th generational designer from Delhi, the only 4th generational designer from Delhi. And now we know more about Sajid and Mehboobsons. See you in the next podcast. For more information, subscribe to our channel, Thread Talk with AJ.